Hey guys, it's that time of year again. February 3rd, we're going to kick off another challenge. 2019 coming at you with a lot of new information. I'm going to give you the seminar setup. I will tell you that we're going to price things differently, so you can just pay for what you do. You can pay per seminar. And if you want to do coaching, there's a couple different things we're going to offer with coaching. There's also private consultations that we'll offer. So you could just pay for what you're going to use, and when you can come, and that's fine. So as always, we're going to have a seminar schedule, and I've set up the seminars for things that I think really need to be addressed, and some of this stuff has been by request. First seminar will be on emotional stress. Probably the biggest indicator of weight gain or not being able to lose weight is emotional stress. We'll explain why, what the hormones are involved there, how to mitigate that problem. But it's not just difficulty losing weight. It's also strength loss. It's also depression. There's a lot of things that map onto this, and we will talk about very clearly practical ways to deal with emotional stress. And if any of you think I don't know what emotional stress is, let's have lunch one day. Make sure you have 2 hours in a bedpan because you're going to shit yourself. But I say that in all seriousness because at the end of the day, you guys who know me, I'm there at the gym 7 days a week. I have kids. I write stuff, and this past year published a book. I taught emotionally disturbed kids for 20 years. I'm not going to use my emotional state as an excuse to not be my best self, and I never have. So that leads me to seminar number 2 is parasympathetic breathing. Parasympathetic breathing is your rest and digest system. And what do most people have trouble doing in this country? Sleeping and digesting their food. Many of you have seen videos of me meditating, not for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but for an hour straight. You can see the clock moving in the background, and as I fast forward the video, as I move it across, you can see the clock moving. 4:45, 4:46, 4:47, 4:48. And what you don't see moving is me, not moving a muscle, not moving even a little bit. What you do see moving is my stomach. So diaphragmatic breathing is a skill. It is not easy to master at first, but it is really worth mastering. It is probably the most important thing to master. Again, what do most people have trouble doing in this country? Digesting and sleeping. We've already done seminars on digestion and sleeping, so you guys already know what a huge deal this is. If you want one key to get into it, parasympathetic breathing. Yes, it is in your manual, the before method, how to do it, but we're going to really extrapolate on these concepts. Seminar number 3 will be physical stress. We're going to do some really cool stuff in that. And then seminar number 4 will be sympathetic breathing. So to go along with sort of physical stress and physical activity, we're going to show you how to breathe sympathetically. That's when you work out. So when you're trying to activate your core correctly, breathe, brace, move, we're going to show you really cool tricks on how to do that and why it's so important, and how, depending on what you're trying to accomplish, you really sometimes want to breathe 2 different ways, depending if you're trying to accomplish a stretch or if you're trying to accomplish more of like a max effort, 3 reps or whatever it is. We will go through those things and make it very practical. For 5th seminar, we're going to talk about recovery methods, all kinds of different recovery methods. And yes, that includes emotional, but also certainly physical. So we're also going to talk about all these technologies that are available right now, because there are really, really cool things that people can take advantage of. I'll show you how they work. I'll show you what I like to do. And none of them are really that expensive, and you'd be foolish to not take advantage of them. I'm going to have Jordan in for the 6th. That's Jordan's my son, for those of you that don't know it. He's a biochem major, and he is a wizard on supplements. So I'm going to have him in to do a whole thing on supplements, which will be awesome. 7th one, I'm doing this seminar because I am learning more and more how many clients think it's okay to just take antacids before meals. And some clients have been on proton pump inhibitors for a while. Stomach acid's a big deal, so we need to talk about it. We're going to talk about what happens when your stomach acid is low and why it's important that stomach acid stay at a certain pH. It is a huge part of your digestive process, and if you are not doing it, we'll talk about sort of what happens here. We've talked about SIBO in the past, and guess what? You take proton pump inhibitors long enough, you take antacids enough throughout the week, I guarantee you're going to get SIBO. We'll talk about all that stuff as well. Last one, we're going to talk about routine. So me and Matt will share what we do from hour to hour, day to day, week to week, month to month, and even sort of like when we choose to do certain things like do competitions and how do we change things up. But so I have my routine, Matt has his, and other people who have been successful will share some of their routines, but it's all about how do we make this practical? Because you can find an excuse to not do anything, right? You can find an excuse to not do anything. They're easy to find. But at the end of the day, if it's important enough, you find an excuse to be successful. Okay, so more stuff will be coming at you guys, but that's the 8-week seminar schedule. And like I said, I'll put out more stuff in the near future about pricing and options and things that the services we'll be offering to help you guys optimize your success. Have a great day, everybody.